Hello YouTubers, the new Time Travel Behind Me 88. I'm back with another Doctor Who DVD review. This time, we're going to look at Doctor Who, the Ambassadors of Death. Yes, this is a brilliant story. I really love it. This is one of my favorite Doctor Who stories of all time. Anyway, this DVD review was requested by Maisie Jean Rose. Thank you very much for the request. This 7-part adventure was originally transmitted on March 21st through May 2nd, 1970. This is Jon Pertwee's 3rd episode of the 7th season. And let's begin with the plot. The plot begins with the United Nations Intelligence Task Force providing security. The British space program under Professor Ralph Cordish oversees the launch of the Recovery 7 probe. This has been sent into Earth orbit to make contact with the missing Mars probe 7 and its 2 astronauts who has lost contact with Earth 8 months earlier. The pilot of Recovery 7, Van Leidy, makes contact with the probe, but is then silenced by a piercing, unearthly sound. The Doctor is fixing the TARDIS time vector generator, which could send 100 years in 15 minutes. Liz Shaw disappears, then the Doctor disappears, then Liz Shaw reappears, then she disappeared again. The Doctor appears and attempts to bring Liz Shaw back. However, when they receive the news that after the missing recovery of these astronauts, the noise troubles the Doctor, who travels with his assistant Liz Shaw to the Space Center to investigate the situation, offering insights into the origin and meaning of the sound, which he interpreted as coded messages. He also identified a reply message sent from Earth, and this is pinpointed to be coming from a warehouse 7 miles away, led by Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart. Unit troops attack the warehouse and engage in a gun battle with troops organized by General Charles Carrington. Meanwhile, Recovery 7 has returned to Earth, and while Unit is transporting its more of Carrington's troop, stage an ambush and steals the vessel. The Doctor relocated, by which time it is empty. Carrington has ensured the contents. 3 space-suited astronauts are detailed elsewhere, feeding them radiation to keep them alive. Carrington is now introduced to the Doctor by Sir James Quillen, the Minister for Technology, who explains that he is head of the newly formed Space Security Department and that his actions were be protected the astronauts as they have been infected with a contagious radiation. Quillen states that they do not want the public to become panic-stricken, and so Carrington has been acted with his authorities in his action. Meanwhile, by the time Carrington takes the Doctor and his friend to meet the astronaut, the situation has changed again. A criminal named Regan has organized their abduction, killing the soldiers and scientists protecting them. When the Doctor and Liz examine the situation, they work out that human tissue could not have withstood the degree of radiation emitted to the astronauts who were still in orbit, meeting the 3 spacesuits containing alien beings instead. Regan now engineered the kidnapping of Liz Shaw to aid his own scientist, Lennox, a disgraced Cambridge professor, and maintain the alien being while they are in care together. They build a device to communicate with and control the aliens who are sent on a killer rampage at the Space Center, killing Quillen and others. Liz Shaw later helps Lennox escape, but his bid for freedom is cut short by Regan's miraculous revenge. Despite obstruction of authorities, Rob Cornish is determined to organize another space flight to Mars to investigate the situation. With Quillen dead, the Doctor now decides to pilot the Recovery 7 probe ship himself. As he prepared to blast off, Regan tries to sabotage the probe by increasing the feed of M3 variant, but the Doctor survives an attempt of his life and succeeds in piloting the probe so that it connects with the amorphous spacecraft orbiting Mars aboard the spaceship. The Doctor discovers the 3 original astronauts are unharmed but mentally deduced into believing that they are quarantined. An alien being now reveals itself to the Doctor that explains that the humans are being aboard the craft pending the safe return of the alien ambassadors that have been sent to Earth following a treaty between race and mankind. But the term of this agreement has now been broken because the detonation of the ambassador. The Doctor offers his personal guarantee to help return the ambassador to their mothership and resolve the conflict between a state of war is declared and is permitted to leave an alien craft and return to Earth. When the Doctor touches down, he is gassed and kidnapped by Regan, who takes him to Liz, Regan's real paymaster. And the real organization of the situation is revealed to them. General Carrington, the general, reveals his action has been prompted by xenophobia, driven by his own encounter with alien beings when he piloted Mars Probe 6 some years earlier. His co-pilot, Jim Daniels, was killed on contact with the alien, and the general signed a treaty with the alien to lure 3 of them numbered to Earth when he hoped he could reveal their real agenda of alien invasion. The use of an ambassador to kill people was similarly done to erosion public opinions against them. The next phase of this plan is force the ambassador to confess to plot on public television, leaving the Doctor and Liz working on the new and improved communication device and translate the alien. Carrington departs for the Space Center when he aims to unmask the alien ambassador before the eyes of the world, and then call on the powers of the Earth to blast the spaceship from the skies. Unit soldiers raid the secret base and rescue the Doctor and Liz, apprehending Regan and his thugs. The Doctor races to the Space Center, and he and the Brigadier apprehend Carrington before he can make his broadcast. Sadly, he is taken away, protesting he is only following his moral duties. The Doctor arranged Cordes and Liz to send the ambassadors back to their own people, after which the 3 human astronauts will return. Yes, brilliant episode. Let's get on to the DVD features. Here's some still pictures. On the commentary, we have actors by Caroline John, Nicholas Courtney, Peter Halliday, and Jeffrey Beavers. Director Michael Ferguson, script editor Terrence Dix, and stunt coordinator Derek Ware, and stunt performer Roy Scannell and Derek Martin. Moderated by Toby Haddock. Mars Probe 7, The Making of the Ambassadors of Death. Tomorrow's Time, The Third Doctor, presented by Peter Purbs. Trailer, PDF materials, and so forth. Here's Disc 1. and Dix 2. Yup. This 7-part adventure was originally transmitted in color, but unfortunately, episode 1 was retained in the BBC archive on a color videotape. But episodes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 were survived as 16mm black and white film recording because the PAL videotapes were destroyed. Then, in 1977, a colorized version exists from the PBS affiliate WNEW in Buffalo, New York. Unfortunately, they received a poor domestic U.S. color recording of this episode. But with a time when it's showing in syndication in 1980 by PBS, they sent a full set of 16mm black and white film recordings of the episodes. In 2003, the Doctor Who restoration team managed to restore the episode on VHS, but it wasn't a success. Episode 4 was deemed unsuitable for restoration, so it was left in black and white. Episode 5 was restored in color by the BBC and Doctor Who restoration team. The color information of the VHS in 1970s were badly affected by the rainbow patterns of interferences due to the weak signal from the UHF signal that's in North America. This was going to originally release on DVD as a box set with the Solar System, however, with Tom Baker's story, The Sunmakers. Unfortunately, the story was halted due to some technical difficulties with the restoration. It was solved in November 2011 and was finally released on DVD in color. So that's it for this week's Doctor Who DVD review. And if you have more Doctor Who DVD review that you would like me to request, leave me a comment and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. This is the new Time Travel Jaime 88 saying so long.